Alright guys, Kenny here, King Small Engines. You hear in the background, I've got the Toro repower that I just did, warming up, getting the engine worn in. You can see it back there. And we're getting that Predator engine warmed up so I could give it to its customer. This video is basically the Reader's Digest condensed version of a Predator retrofit onto a Toro. There are hundreds of videos out there showing the retrofit, so I'm not going to go crazy with it. I'm going to give you the specific of what really has to be done. There's only 4 or 5 simple steps. So this way, if you are concerned about did I do it right or wrong, you can go to other people's videos and see how they did it. It's just very simple to do. I'm going to give you the basic steps, tell you what you need to buy. And you know, you could do a retrofit on an old Toro. You get it for 50 bucks with a blown engine. Put 100 into a Predator engine for 150, get a thrower that's worth $300-400 all day. So enjoy the video, guys. Any questions, comments, let me know. We'll talk to you soon. Kenny out. Alright guys, Toro repower. Let me shut the radio off here. Toro repower, Predator engine. This one here is the Predator 212. Any of the Toros, the 521s, the 622s, they all have the same mounting and everything as the Predator 212. And basically, very, very, very simple to bolt one of these engines together. Now, this is the engine that came off, and it's got the air conditioning feature on the Tecumseh when you don't have oil in it. So this engine came off, and basically all you have to do on a Predator, and I'm gonna give you the Reader's Digest condensed version. Okay, this is for Jason Pate because he's done it a million times too. The pulley on the original Tecumseh, it's a single shaft engine, not dual shaft. This has a 3/8 24 fine thread crank bolt in it, whereas the Predator engine has a 5/16 fine thread in it, 5/16 20, I believe. Okay, the pulley itself does not have a key in it. It has a molded in key into the pulley. So there is no, the key, there's a key that comes with the Predator engine, throw that out. The key is built in. The belts that are on this engine are the original belts that came on it because they were in good shape. Now the Toro belt, you have a 37-9080 and a 37-9090. Those are the two part numbers. They're about $15 to $17 a piece. These belts were in great shape. The only thing you have to buy when you do a Predator swap on a Toro, this is a 622, which means it was a 6 horsepower Tecumseh, 22-inch wide, okay? The only thing you have to buy, the bolts that come on the original Toro, all right, are too short because the flange on a Tecumseh is a very, very thin sheet metal flange. This is a cast flange, part of the block, so it's thicker. So you need 4 5/16 18 bolts by 1 1/2 long, okay? You need 4 flat washers, and you need 4 5/16 18 nylock nuts. The original bolts will fall out. These will go right back in. You stand it up on end, and you have to support a Toro because it's not perfectly flat. You have to support it when you stand it up in what Jason calls the service position, okay? So you have 4 5/16 18 by 1 1/2, 4 5/16 flat washers, 4 5/16 18 nylock nuts. That's how you mount the engine, okay? Then you have to relocate the chute rod, okay? And the chute rod, if you put it in its regular position, would hit that valve cover. So you buy a 5/16 18 carriage bolt, okay? 5 inches long. what I do is I take a flat washer for a 3/8, I bend it in the vise so it forms to the handlebar, okay? I use a 5/16 nylock nut here, sock it together. Then I use a flat washer, 5/16, 2 more 5/16 nylock nuts, and I secure it, okay, so that you have your chute control. There's a 1/2-inch wrench nut on there that you have to loosen up on the bottom so it will pull out so you can get it to the right position. Like I said, a 1/2-inch wrench will take care of that nut. So once you do that, basically you're done. Now, if you want to go and give a little more value added to the customer, this guy didn't want to spend a lot of money, so I didn't do it. Your on-off switch comes on a Predator motor, okay? Right there. You can, if you want, take the 2 wires that come out of your on-off switch, wire them into the wires that you took off of the Tecumseh motor, and use the key switch. Some people would rather have the key switch up here. You know what? That's gonna take me time. Time is money. So I would probably charge the guy, you know, $15 to take my time, my wiring connectors, shrink wrap, and so forth, make it nice and neat and do it the right way when it comes to using the key switch. I'm just gonna tie wrap that up there and just tell him he has to use the switch on the side. If he wants to pay me for my time, I'll gladly use the switch up top here, okay? But time is money, my time is money. Some customers just wanna throw the engine on and be there and have a nice day. So basically, guys, that's it. You fill it with oil, okay? And this takes about a 1/2 quart of oil. You fill it with oil, you run it for about 20-30 minutes. I usually run it at half RPM and full RPM, half and half. Change the oil, 1030 oil, and then run it for another 20-30 minutes, and should be good to go. But like I said, these things are great. They run phenomenal, and they always start on the first pull. So you get the engine on sale sometimes for $99. How can you go wrong? So basically, that's the Predator swap on a Toro. Either a 622, 421, 521, all these models, they use the same bolt pattern in the engine, and the pulleys that come off of them will fit the Predator engine because it's a 3/4 shaft, and you use a 5/16 fine thread bolt to secure the pulley onto the crankshaft. And I use a flat washer in back of it. And please Loctite that bolt with blue Loctite so it doesn't come out, okay? That's it. You guys have any questions about doing a Predator swap on a Toro, let me know. And while we're on this Toro, there's one thing that really irks me, and I want to talk to you guys about it. And that's people that don't care about their skid shoes. Now, if you notice, the skid shoes on this are gone. They're basically worn out. And when they wear out, the auger hits the pavement. Look at that auger. Look at that. That's terrible. The way you're supposed to do it is, you're supposed to put your skid shoes on, jack up the mower so that the wear edge, all right, that wear edge you see, is about 1/8 of an inch above the pavement. I use a paint stick, a paint stirring stick. Put a paint stirring stick under that wear edge so it raises it up about 1/8 of an inch. Then put your new or good used skid shoes against the pavement. That's how you adjust it. You want 1/8 of an inch gap roughly between that scraper edge and the pavement, because otherwise, look at this. He's wearing the heck out of these augers, okay? And that's not good. You don't want the augers to be scraping on your pavement. They'll scratch all your pavement, scratch your concrete. You want to have about 1/8 of an inch gap. Now, the single stage throwers that have the rubber paddles, yes, those contact the ground, scrape the ground. But on a 2-stage thrower, you don't want the auger to scrape the ground. So adjust your skid shoes so that your scraper edge is about 1/8 of an inch away. All right, guys, that's it for now for me. I got to run this for a little bit more, call the customer up, get paid, and then go on to another snowblower. So we'll talk to you guys soon. Have a great day.